Good morning, and trust me, no one wants to say this less than yours truly, but winter is coming. And after a winter where record snow and cold triggered horrendous breakdowns in public transit service in our area, new management at the T and on Beacon Hill have vowed to be better prepared for what this winter brings. Here to talk about those preparations and other transit issues is the general manager of the MBTA, Frank DiPola. Frank, welcome.
Thank you, John. Thank you for having me.
I don't know whether to congratulate you on being made full-time general manager or commiserate with you. It's kind of like the dog who caught the bus, but no pun intended there. But anyway, congrats and welcome.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I take it in that spirit.
Of the many steps that we've been promised by you, the governor, Secretary Pollock, and others to safeguard against a repeat of last winter, give me a quick update. What has been done, and most notably, what hasn't been done as of now?
Certainly. We've taken several physical steps. We're doing physical construction on both the red and orange lines to improve the power delivery and the de-icing capacity on both of those lines, which led to some of the system failure last year. We've also have purchased a significant amount of maintenance of equipment that will help us clear the rights of way of snow and ice during and prior to storms to assure that the system can run properly.
What is still to do in terms of big items?
We have designed a new operational procedures for during big storm events. We have formulated those. Beginning next week, we're going to start doing training drills with our own personnel. The idea is to have additional MBTA personnel on hand during significant events to help manage the storm and to provide a better, reliable stream of information for both the public and our customers.
At a news conference back in September on this topic, you noted that the new third rail on the Braintree branch of the Red Line has a small curvature on top now, this new rail you've laid, to prevent the buildup of ice and snow that used to happen on the old third rail, which was flat, and that really contributed to devastating the service. I know you don't want to look back, and you weren't responsible for what happened in the past, but, you know, inquiring minds want to know, why did we have a flat third rail where snow and ice could build up and shut it down?
The third rail we're removing in Quincy and Braintree is the same third rail that was installed when the line was built. The stamp on the rail that we've been removing is early 1960s. So that rail was installed when the original construction happened and has not been removed or replaced or updated since we started doing it this year. So there are many decades of people deferring that work, necessary work, to the next cycle. So this year, we have stopped that. We're looking at these critical parts of our infrastructure, and we're addressing them because we know power is vital to an electric train system working.
Do you have all the dough you need to get these preps done, this immediate list of winter preps, or is some of it promised but not yet in hand?
For fiscal year 16, we designed a plan that we felt we could deliver, and we fully funded that. Going into 17 and beyond, as part of our capital planning effort, we're going to have to define what we think we can deliver and make sure that we do our best to fully fund that. Part of it is our capacity to do the work as well as getting sufficient funds.
All right, I want to talk more about funding and some Green Line issues as well when we continue our conversation with the general manager of the MBTA in just a moment. Please stay with us. Welcome back. We're talking with MBTA General Manager Frank DiPola. And Frank, money obviously is always an issue with the T. I think everyone understands now we have this horrendous backlog of deferred maintenance and so forth, and it's not going to be replaced for free. Give the T riders a sense of what the fare hike situation is. And I know there's nothing immediately on the table,
correct,
but in terms of long-term planning, it is on the table. What's the story?
The creation of the Fiscal Management and Control Board, they've been tasked with, and myself and Administrator Shortsleeves are working with them to address some of the chronic budget issues at the T, both on the operating side and the capital side. Part of that formula, we have expenses and we have revenues. We're focused on reducing our expenses, but we have to also look at our revenues. So we've been going through a series of briefings with the board. We do it in public, so the public also gets the same information, giving them the fundamentals on what our expenses go to pay for and how our revenue is collected and where it comes from.
Nothing in 2016 as far as fare hikes goes?
No fare hikes in 2016.
Then 17, it becomes an issue again, depending on where we are?
17 and beyond, we have to look at, and let me go back and correct on the 16, because I'm saying fiscal year 16.
Okay, so the ending next.
Calendar year 16 begins fiscal year 17. So
Okay.
sometime in fiscal year 17, we have to look at fares and whether they're structured properly.
So the T's fiscal year runs from when to when?
July 1st to June 30th.
So
Fiscal year 16 ends June 30th of 2016.
so early next summer, we may be talking about this.
We may be talking about this, yes.
Okay, all right. What's your level of confidence in Keolis, the commuter rail operators, at this point?
It's much higher than it was when I first took over this job.
Why?
Because I've been working closely with them. They've made some management changes at their top levels. They've also brought in additional key people, and we have worked with them very closely on their performance and setting some measures that, one, we think they can hit, and two, are consistent with what the contract expected them to perform.
Yeah. And one last thing I want to slip in here. At the DOT board meeting last week, it was announced that major parts of the Green Line extension into Somerville and Medford will be delayed because of the massive projected cost overruns. That was no surprise. I was sort of surprised and appalled to hear that we've had to hire 4 outside firms to study how the project got this far without a clear understanding of its costs. How can that be?
Well, we have a firm doing an audit or a look back to see how did we get to the point we are. We have an independent firm looking at all of our documents, going to make a recommendation as the best path forward. We also have an independent engineering firm doing a review of the design to see if they can squeeze out some values that we can take advantage of to reduce the overall program cost.
So those tasks, that planning under previous T management didn't get done.
It didn't get done, or it didn't get done sufficiently, otherwise we wouldn't be in the position we're in. And since we're in a compressed time schedule, we wanted to have multiple firms doing these tasks concurrently to compress the time of the delay.
You're a brave man. You sure you want this job? There's still time to make a run for the border.
No, I have it, and I enjoy it, and I intend to stay here.
Thanks very much.
Thank you, John.
Frank DiPola, new MBTA General Manager. Good luck and Godspeed.